Welcome to the Pets Rule Show. I'm your host, Mr. Animal Lover. And today we're going to talk about, this entire week, the topic is going to be pet medication. And today's topic specifically, pet medication inflation alert. Powerful strategies every pet owner needs to know. Again, this entire week, we're going to talk about the rise of pet medication. Prices are, off the charts. Why? All this tariffs being implemented. A lot of these pet medications are from Canada, China, and it's going to cost us a lot of money. It's going to affect us, right? But I'm your solution. I'm going to help you save money. I'm going to help you buy medication at a Charlie, say hi before you go. Say hi. I know you want to go. Charlie's a new member of the family, right? Yorkie. And Charlie has to get used to the camera. Go. You want to go? Go, 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 go. All right. That was Charlie. I am going to help you save money. This entire week, we're going to talk about the effects these tariffs are going to have on pet medication and what you should do as a pet lover to save a few pennies. Pennies add up to dollars, right? So let's get started. But before we get started on pet medication inflation alert, powerful strategies every pet owner needs to know, I am going to include a new sketch on the show, a comedy sketch. Start off the show with a little laughter so that we can have, easy going show in terms of fun, laughter. Why not, right? It is the Pets Rule Show. Let's get started. Okay. So, this is the animal comedy. I'm your host, Mr. Animal Lover, and these are my jokes for today. 3 cats arrive at heaven's gates. God greets them, saying, "Before you enter, tell me what you believe." The first cat says, "I believe in discipline and loyalty. I protected my family and house from pests." God nods approvingly. "Good job. You may sit by my left side." The second cat says, "I believe in love and affection. I purred, cuddled, and God smiles warmly." "Excellent. Sit by my right side." The third cat strolls in casually and says, "I believe you're sitting in my seat." What do we say, huh? Okay. I got a better one. The parrot problem, right? A woman bought a parrot from a pet store, but the parrot kept swearing constantly. Frustrated, she returned to the store and complained. The pet store owner said, "Try putting him in the freezer for a minute. That will teach him a lesson." Hesitantly, she did just that. The parrot cursed, kicked, and fussed, then suddenly went quiet. Worried she'll hurt him, she quickly opened the freezer. The parrot stepped out politely and said, "I apologize sincerely for my language. From now on, I will behave myself." Then he hesitated and quietly asked, "But can I just ask, what exactly did the chicken in there do?" Okay, if that's not funny enough, let's go for the third and last one, the vet visit. A woman rushes into the vet's office carrying a limp, lifeless hamster. She panics. "Doctor, please help me. He's not moving." The vet examines the hamster carefully and then shakes his head sadly. "I am sorry, but your hamster is dead." The woman is distraught. "Are you sure? Maybe you can do another test." The vet sighs, brings in a Labrador retriever. The dog sniffs. The hamster shakes his head sadly. Next, the vet brings in a cat. It looks closely, paws gently, then shakes his head too. Sadly, it confirms. The vet says, "That would be $300. $300, the woman said. just to tell me my hamster is dead? Well, says the vet, if you have taken my word, it would have been $50. But you insisted on a lab report and a CAT scan. You get it? Lab report and CAT scan. Okay. That's today's animal comedy by Mr. Animal Lover. Now, let's get to today's important topic: pet medication inflation alert. Powerful strategies every pet owner needs to know. So, I did some research, right? And yes, we are going to see a spike in almost everything. We're seeing it in eggs, we're seeing it on everyday food staples, whether it's bacon, fruits and vegetables, but and pet food too, you're going to see a spike. However, pet medication is going to really see a much higher spike because a lot of this medication comes from abroad, another country, right? Comes from Canada, Mexico, and China. So once these tariffs start kicking in, what do I mean by kicking? Once they start being effective, because right now we have the president, Donald Trump, who says we're going to postpone it, give him another week for this, another week for that. Listen, once the tariffs go into effect officially and there's no more break for these countries, give it a couple of days, you're going to see the pet medication prices rise much higher. So what can you do to alleviate these prices, especially if your pet has an underlying health issue? I would make an appointment immediately with your veterinarian or pet specialist, right? And try to, as soon as today, right after this show is done, wait till 8 o'clock. The Pets Rule Show, 7:30 to 8 p.m. 801, 802. Sometimes we go over a minute or two. But 801, 802, set up an appointment, make an appointment with your veterinarian. And for those pets that have underlying issues and are taking medication, pet medication, I would go ahead and ask my veterinarian or pet veterinarian specialist to give you extra medications, and you go purchase them immediately because pain is coming, and that pain is coming in a way of higher prices for pet medication. There's not much we could do now because pain is coming for a lot of things that we eat every day: food, gas, fruits and vegetables. For example, we know avocados are a staple in Mexico, and it comes over from Mexico. So you have avocados that's going to be 5-10 times that the price it is now. So pain is coming. And by the end of this show, I am going to help you with strategies on how to save a few pennies. And those pennies do add up when it comes to pet medication. So let's get started with this article. Human drug prices much higher than pet versions with same ingredients. Now think about what the title here. A lot of pet medications have similar ingredients to the human medication. And I'm going to show you and tell you how you can talk to your vet and save a few dollars when it comes to taking advantage of that ingredient, right? So a new research letter raises an intriguing question. Why are the retail prices of human medication about 5.5 times higher than pet medications, even if they have the same ingredients at common human equivalent doses? Compare the prices of 120 medications commonly used in humans and pets. University of Minnesota-led researchers point out that, on average, discounted prices for humans were higher than pet prices for more than 60% of medications. They add that, on average, discounted prices were 1.5 times higher for human medication than for pet medication. Right now, due to the successful, processing of human medication, it's reversed. However, we'll get to that. A 10-day supply of the same medication costs $2 for pet dog, $10 for a pet person with a discount coupon, and $1 for a person without a coupon. Another important strategy is coupons, and we'll talk about that, right? I'm going to provide you with a website and on how to save money. Study authors note that in 2021, the marketing of about 20,000 medications for human use and 1,600 for veterinary use was overseen by the FDA. Some medications are common to both pets and humans. The price difference can be extreme. All right. This is what I wanted to show you. For human prices, GoodRx, a national level pricing power website, was used to calculate the average retail price and a discounted price at Costco pharmacy for a typical fill of the most common human dosage. Pet dog prices were obtained from online pharmacies such as Chewy.com. Generic medications and human equivalent doses were used when possible. The primary outcome was the human to pet price ratio. So, this is just two things I want to point out here, right? I want to point out that in terms of the prescription, the medication used in dogs and humans, study shows that they're not too different. They're similar in terms of some of the medication used, for example, in pain medication and other medication. All right, and I'm gonna show you where I'm going with this. All right. So, why do pet drugs medicine cost so much, right? And I'm going to tell you why. Having a pet involves so much joy and fun, but as one of the characters on the popular TV show Clifford, the big red dog, said, having a pet is a big responsibility. One of those responsibilities involves paying for all of your pet's expenses, such as food, grooming, supplies, veterinary care, and drugs or medicine when needed. These medicines can be surprisingly expensive, and you may wonder why numerous factors contribute to the cost of being so high. Off-label prescribing requirements affect on price. Off-label prescribe, also known as extra-label, occurs when veterinarian prescribed a medication for your pet, although that drug was not manufactured for that specific symptom or disease, and the FDA hasn't approved that drug to be prescribed for that health issue. It also happens when a veterinarian prescribes a medication for a species that is not mentioned on the drug's label, such as when the label specifies that a drug is for humans and it is instead prescribed for a dog or cat. Some drugs are intended to be prescribed for one symptom or disease at a specific dose and according to a certain timetable. If the veterinarian prescribes it for anything other than that, that would also be off-label. So this is important. Here are a few examples off-label prescribing. A veterinarian prescribes a medication that is intended to prevent parasites to instead treat parasites in a pet's ears. A veterinarian prescribes a generic medication that's intended to treat depression in humans for a dog that is experiencing anxiety because he's at home alone or hearing thunderstorms and fireworks. There's a medication that's designed to treat a particular symptoms in dogs, and a veterinarian prescribes it for the same or similar symptom in a cat. Big problem, right? Medicine designed and sold specifically for pets. There are medicines that are manufactured and sold specifically for certain species of animals, but they may be quite a bit higher in price than their human counterparts. For example, there may be a prescription drug that was created for use in humans and that over the years became available in a generic form that's much cheaper. A drug manufacturer could create similar drugs specifically intended for dogs. The end result is a medication that is significantly more expensive. For example, using a generic medication that's designed for human or an off-label prescription that accomplishes the same effect in a pet. So that can become a problem, right? However, If you have an experienced veterinarian, he is a doctor, he is certified, and their studies show, and as we go along this week, right, for the entire week, we're going to talk about pet medication, the rise of pet medication. Certain pet medication and human medication have the same ingredient in terms of a design ingredient, right? For example, to take care of pain, right? From the top of my head, I don't know what that ingredient is, but that pain ingredient, right, is shared in both drugs. So some veterinarians, in order to save the pet lover some money, because at the request of the pet lover who cannot afford a specific pet pain medication, will on the other hand prescribe the what we call off-label human pain medication, which over time has become something that's been used and really has no much more side effects than the pet medication, but can be a lot cheaper than the pet medication, right? So I know it's a lot to take in, but just keep following me. Um, Lower versus higher prices. A dog may have anxiety, and the veterinarian had been prescribing the generic form of an antidepressant medication that's manufactured for humans. If a drug manufacturer introduces to the market a medication that's specifically designed to be prescribed for anxiety in dogs, the veterinarian is no longer permitted to prescribe the generic form of that drug that was originally intended for human use. The human generic drug and the new dog drug may be identical to one another or just as effective and safe as each other, but the veterinarian would not be permitted to prescribe the generic one anymore. Meanwhile, the human generic drug may have been significantly less expensive than the new dog drug. This is an example of a scenario that causes pet drugs and make it to be expensive. Again, what I just finished telling you about. It's very expensive for a drug man to go through the process of getting a drug approved and available to sell for animal species. The manufacturer may speculate that they won't make much money from a drug and perhaps not enough to justify going through the expensive and complex drug approval process. And this is another reason, right? Savings money on pet medication. Although pet drugs and medicine can be expensive, you can take certain steps to avoid these high prices by working to prevent illnesses and conditions from occurring in the first place. A healthy lifestyle, which includes quality nutrition and exercise. Another way to save money, be better able to come up with the money to afford pet medication, is to get a credit line. Also, make sure you are maximizing any discount and pet insurance benefits that may be available to you. Some retail stores and online pharmacies may offer better prices than what you might have to pay at the veterinarian's office. Just make sure you only purchase your pest medications from reputable sellers, and that's important also. All right, now we are going to go over my 1 minute Mr. Animal Lovers beef. 1 minute beef. All right, so this is something new I added to the show also. And here you go. Mr. Animals Lovers 1 minute beef. Listen, large pharmaceutical companies, you make a lot of money already. I know that every penny counts. It's hard to get FDA approved drugs. However, there are a lot of pets out there and pet lover families who cannot afford expensive drugs. And big companies seem not to care as much for their pets. Why? I talked about this before. I believe big companies should be offering more pet benefits, especially if pet lovers, there are some who that's part of their family, their cat, their dog, their hamster, their whatever reptile they have as a pet. This is now their family member, their daughters, their sons. So we need to do better by making cheaper drugs and having more generic drugs out there that are comparable to the non-generic but cost a little bit less, and you'll be doing something great for the pet world. Yes, that was my Mr. Animal Lovers 1 minute beef. Okay, I'm loving the show so far. I hope everybody else is loving the show. Um, right now, we're talking about pet medication inflation alert, powerful strategies every pet owner needs to know. And what you need to know is that a couple of things. You need to call your veterinary doctor as soon as the show is over, or your pet veterinary specialist, right? If your dog has any underlying health issues and you are already on a subscription base where you buy medication, once a week, twice a week, once a month, or every month you have it come in, ask your veterinary doctor to provide you with more prescription before the tariffs in the next couple of days, weeks start kicking in, because there's going to be a lot of pain coming. That is one way you're going to save a lot of money, and there's nothing wrong if you have a few dollars tucked away. You love your pet, you're a pet lover, buy that extra medication and store it away, because pain is coming. All right. Now, before we move on, let's listen to a bark commercial. You go to hlcpets.com, you click on pets deals, and you're going to see bark. Every dog needs a toy, right? And these are well-made toys. So let me show you that. So there you go. We're on hlcpets.com. Pet deals, right? Scroll down. You click on get the deal, and it is going to take you here. Let's listen to this.
Do you have a chomper, a thrasher, a tug-of-war champ? Cool, so do we. We're Bark, the creators of BarkBox, and this is our state-of-the-art safety lab. Here, our mission is 100% dog joy, so toys go through a lot to prove they can handle it. From itty-bitty bites to ginormous chomps, to a wild ride, and even a really big stretch. We test everything, just like real dogs would, because we care so much. Unlike kids, pups aren't currently protected by toy safety standards. But we're working with ASTM to raise the bar for the entire industry. Bark, leader of the first international safety standards for dogs.
Okay. Pet medication inflation alert. Powerful strategies every pet owner needs to know. Number one, ask your veterinary for generic. They have pet generic medication, just like humans, that costs less. And an experienced veterinary doctor will know, wait a minute, I prescribe this pain medication, and this will do, and it will save you a few dollars. Number two, there are human equivalent drugs for certain diseases similar to the pet one that veterinaries are allowed to prescribe. You have to, be forthcoming and ask them. You have to poke it out of them. A lot of them are going to be, of course, if they're not experienced and they haven't been around, and of course, they're gonna say, well, I could only prescribe the pet dog one, but there are similar ingredients in certain pet and human drugs, and it is allowed in certain cases, right? Just like I read in the article, it is allowed. So That's a second strategy, right? Number three, coupons. And I'm gonna take you there right now. Coupons, very important. And let's go there right now. So, um, I don't have anything to do with Good RX. I just see them as a pet lover friendly option, strategy for you to save a few pennies. And if you go on their website, right, goodrx.com, why a pet medication prescribed, bum, 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 bum. Pet medication is used to treat allergies, heart conditions, thyroid issues in animals, among other uses. These medications work in various ways, such as reducing inflation, supporting heart function, regulating hormone levels. Some come in oral forms like pills, chewables, while others are available in topical ointments or injections. Examples include allergies, medication, and so forth. Now, if you go here, prices for popular pet medications, and you're gonna see prices there. Pay less for your pet prescription with GoodRx. So save up to 80% on medication for dogs, cats, and other pets. You click here, save now, and then you're gonna see different uh, medications, and it's gonna compare prices for you where you can get that. And that is on GoodRx. This entire week, I am going to be showing you how to save money on pet medication, but you have to be proactive. And what do I mean by proactive? My tip of the day was to go out after this show is done and call your veterinary if you are receiving presently prescriptions for underlying health issues for your pet. There's nothing wrong with asking your vet to prescribe extra so that you can store away before the price hikes start affecting all the prices in pet medication, just like you see in eggs. Another strategy today is this website, safe.pharmacy. Safe.pharmacy, there's a lot of illegitimate online pharmacies and bad characters out there. So, in order to avoid fraudulent and unsafe prescription medication by purchasing from illegitimate sites, you can enter the website here, verify before using. So, this is like a safe site search tool. All right. So, you can do that. All right. Now, this is called safe.pharmacy. Okay. There's a lot to take in today. A lot to take in, but we're getting there. Great job listening. So this is, go to hlcpet.com. So you're going to click on portrait flip. So let's go there. Go here. This is hlcpets.com. You click on pet deals. You scroll down. Everything about pets. If you click on portrait flip, get the deal. It is going to take you here. And listen, do you want to get a painting of your pet, a pet portrait? There's a lot of guarantees here, and there's video testimony. Let's listen to one. All right, convert a regular picture to an oil painting. Yes. Thank you for watching today, the Pets Rule Show. To this week's topic, the rising price of pet medication, how we can save money. Pet medication inflation alert, powerful strategies every pet owner needs to know. Thank you for watching the Pets Rule Show, Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 8 p.m. I'm your host, Mr. Animal Lover. Support the Pets Rule Show, subscribe, smash that button. For pet deals, portrait flip, bark, go to hlcpets.com for pet deals. Pets Rule at hlcpets.com. Go ahead and send any questions you want to be on the show. Pets Rule at hlcpets.com. Call me 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Friday, 1-800-213-0988. Questions and answer. I'm Mr. Fixer. Everything about pets. $1.99 per minute fee. Snap, share, win, enter your best pet pictures, videos for a chance to win cash prizes. Email pictures, videos to petsrule at hlcpets.com. I hope you love the animal comedy part that's going to be implemented every day. I'm also going to have the 1 minute beef. And the show is coming along great, right? Thank you for watching this entire week. Pet medication, how to save money. Have a good night.